This is Candace trying to warn black people about the systemic roadblocks that they face today. But as we can all see, then nobody really want to listen. Cause your boy T.I. telling everybody to not pay attention.
Well, I would say the first thing is that it's important to identify what our agenda actually is. And I think that the most important thing for people in this room to understand is that there is a very small window. Right now, the black vote is the most important vote in the country. There's a very small window before our vote's not going to matter. These conferences won't matter, and us sitting here won't matter, because illegal immigration, if you're looking at the numbers, every new birth in this country, 60% of all new births are Hispanic Americans, and the Democrats are about, listen, you're saying, let me get to the point. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with it. I say illegal is the new black because it's true, and there's a reason why they're
in this video, Candace was trying to remind black people, don't allow these liberals to use and dispose of you after they get what they want. And as we can all see, that's exactly what happened, because it's been happening for over 60 years now, that we've been voting with our feelings instead of with the facts at hand, only because we allow entertainers like T.I. to inform us about politics when these dudes never been to any college to study the overall role of government and or politics as a whole. So they speak to black people like we're all a monolith, like we all victims of some make-believe boogeyman that's keeping us all back. But in reality, we are truly our own worst enemies. Matter of fact, I have the audio of CANDACE Owens letting people know how phony T.I. is. Cause days before they had that panel discussion, Candace say her and T.I. had a good conversation on the phone, and how T.I. acted on stage is nowhere near the same person that she talked to on the phone.
We talked about no debate. The only thing he says is like, I just can't get behind Trump, right? That was the only thing he ever said on the phone. I can't get behind Trump. Every other topic we talked about Black America, he agreed with. He was so kind. We got on stage and he turned into like a performer. Like he literally put on a performer. So I say now T.I. is a fraud. He's a very little man physically, and mentally he's a small man, because to do that for what? There was nothing but, in that room, I was not jumping on stage being like, vote for Trump, right? I was not up there like, you gotta be with Trump or against Trump. We were having a very real, honest discussion that Black America deserved to have on that stage, right? That they deserved to listen to and develop opinions. And he halted it by, acting like a goon. I say illegal is the new black because it's true, and there's a reason why they're advocating for open borders. Right now, our vote means a lot, but new births of Black Americans have stagnated. The population growth within Black America has stagnated. So the things that I pay attention to are the numbers. I pay attention to the birth rates in this country, which is why I'm pro putting something down to stop illegal immigration. The second thing that I think is really important, and you may have heard me testify in front of Congress, is the illiteracy rates that are facing Black America. 75% of black boys in California can't pass a reading exam. Across Baltimore, they looked at 5 schools. They couldn't find a single black boy that was a single black child that could pass a basic reading or a math exam. So I caught a lot of slack because I said this is the Democrat plantation, but I meant what I said. If you look historically at what the plantations were when we were slaves, there were 3 things that were necessary for them to run. The first was our ignorance. Black Americans were not allowed to learn how to read unless we would have our limbs chopped off. And that was because an educated mind cannot be enslaved. So the fact that our our schools are in this condition in the inner cities and all throughout America, and not a single candidate is talking about it, is problematic to me. I think that that's a huge negotiating tool for me. We need to be talking about the inner city schools. Another component, and this is the biggest issue that I think is facing Black America today, which was important to maintaining the plantations, was the breakdown of family. The biggest issue facing Black America is father absence. We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community. What happens when you remove a father from the home? This is why I do not mess with feminism at all. I'm not with it. This breakdown and mocking masculinity, making it seem like there's something wrong to be a man, all of this contributes to the breakdown of family. The single motherhood rate in the 1960s in Black America, and they thought that.
Now, hold on. I want to finish this. This is on your behalf. At a certain point, we can't be assholes. At a certain point, these are black men and women, and in particular, these are black women. Like, Like on some real G shit. It doesn't matter how you feel about her personally. Everything she has just said, Louis Farrakhan said for the last 25 fucking years. So, no, and I don't know if she's a fan of Farrakhan. I know me and Tamika are. Bam. But you cannot take the truth and be mad at who tells it to you. So just chill, bruh. Shut the fuck up. Let her say it and receive the information. That's it. I apologize. I digress.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you so much for saying what
I want you to continue because I was listening.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been turned into public enemy number one. I say the same thing when I hit every stage. The single motherhood rate in the black community in the 1960s, before Lyndon Baines Johnson started the Great Society Act, was 23%. At that time, that was considered very high. 23% of black people growing up without a father in the home. The single motherhood rate in the black community today is 74%. 74% of our children are growing up without a father in the home. It was Barack Obama, who I don't even really have anything for, who told you what happens when you remove a father from the home. You're 9 times more likely to end up in prison. You're 6 times more likely to drop out of high school, and you're 12 times more likely to lead a life of poverty. Why is nobody talking about father absence, and why do we keep being silenced when we actually do? This is what black conservatism is, by the way. It's really not. It's not that controversial.
But again, y'all can see during this whole panel discussion, T.I. didn't let Candace get her point across on politics, because we all know T.I. and Tamika Mallory, they're scared to have a real debate with Candace on the black culture, and that's facts. But what's crazy is Candace, she's saying what I've been knew, which is a lot of these entertainers are conservative, but they paid the big bucks under the table by the liberals for black people to vote Democrat, while he vote Republican to receive tax benefits for being a business owner. That's why I say ain't no fee, thinking it's free. Now subscribe to the Gamma Degree.